So we're halfway through 2025. I've watched a good amount of films, I guess. I thought I'd share some of my favourite films of the year so far. I pulled up my list here, 2025 films that I've watched. I think I should share what films I haven't watched yet. There's some big films that I haven't seen yet. I haven't seen Elio. Straw is a film that's been blown up on Netflix. It seems interesting. I want to give that one a watch. New Jurassic World, really want to watch. Megan 2.0 is one that I really want to see. I'm very morbidly curious about Hurry Up Tomorrow. I might give it a watch. This seems like a really interesting thing. It's like a biopic on this Brazilian singer. It seems really good. It's rated really high. The Accountant 2 I want to give a watch as well, but I haven't seen Accountant 1, so I need to watch Accountant 1 before Accountant 2, obviously. Lilo and Stitch live action. I haven't heard great things, but I am curious to see how it's adapted to live action. There's some people who don't mind it, so I'll be interested to give it a watch. Materialist, really interested to give that one a watch. I did really like Celine Song's last film, which was Past Lives, and this is a stacked cast as well. Chris Evans, Dakota Johnson, Pedro Pascal. F1 is one I really want to see. How to Train Your Dragon, live action. I've heard decent things about this as well. I've heard it's one of the better live action remakes. It's the same director as the animated films as well, so yeah, definitely want to see that. 28 Years Later, another one that I really want to see. Danny Boyle returning to direct this one, isn't it? Yeah. 28 Days Later is one of my favourite zombie films ever. I haven't watched many zombie films, to be honest. Final Destination Bloodlines is one I really want to see. I've only seen the first Final Destination though, so I'm going to have to catch up with all the other Final Destination films. So I think I'm going to skip to around where I start giving the films around 4 stars, because 4 stars indicates that I really like a film. So the first one is Bridget Jones, Man About the Boy. This is my favourite out of the Bridget Jones films. I watched all the Bridget Jones films at the start of the year. They're very, middle-aged women films, you know? But this was surprisingly good. It shows, Bridget having kids and the responsibility of, being a single mum as well. Her dealing with old age. Her husband does pass away. It gets really dark in some moments. It's surprisingly really good. The Finishing Scheme, new Wes Anderson. I only watched this a few days ago when I'm recording this. It's very fun. I love the Wes Anderson style, and it's incorporated in here really well. It's probably Wes Anderson's most comedic film since Moonrise Kingdom. I don't know. It is a very funny film. So many amazing performances. A lot of twists and turns. I do wish the story maybe got a little bit larger or took a slightly different direction. I don't know. It might have been a little too dry, but I liked it. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. Supposedly the final Mission Impossible film. A lot of people find this to be disappointing, but I thought it was a really good finale. I do think it took so long to get going. The first hour, there was just recap after recap, flashback after flashback, and it got so annoying. But once it does properly get going, and those big action set pieces take place that we all know and love from the Mission Impossible franchise, then it's really great. And I really love where it ends. It ends in the best place it could have possibly ended, really. Predator: Killer of Killers. This is a really well animated film, really great anthology. The Predator in 3 different periods of time. I'm not gonna lie, I think the first 2 stories are really great. I think the third story wasn't amazing, and then the way they tried to tie everything together at the end felt a little bit weird, but those first 2 stories were so good. The second story in particular, the samurai one, just amazing. The animation is beautiful. Thunderbolts, this actual really good Marvel film, actually has some style to it, which a lot of recent Marvel films have lacked. I love the chemistry between this whole team, and it's just very funny, but also explores themes of death and dealing with responsibility and trauma, and yeah, a lot of stuff. It deals with it really surprisingly well. K-pop Demon Hunters. This was one that I was really interested in watching ever since I heard about it, really. But it's Sony Pictures Animation. You know this film is going to have some banger animation. Yeah, of course it does. It looks great. The songs in there are surprisingly good. The whole concept of K-pop stars who are actually demon hunters behind the scenes is actually really interesting and actually works surprisingly well. Ballerina, a John Wick. Okay, I'm just gonna call it Ballerina. I think it's the weakest of the John Wick films, but it's a John Wick film, so it's still good. The action set pieces are really great. Some really fun action set pieces in here. Ana de Armas is really great as a lead. The story is very basic. It's just about revenge, but that's all you really need. Warfare, this is a very interesting concept. It's based on people's actual experiences at war. Everything is based on these people's memories, and it's really well done. The acting is great. There's some really real scenes and some really scary scenes. The sound design is so like terrifying at moments. The Ugly Stepsister, this one is gross. Out of all the films this year, this is the one that I actually felt sick watching. She swallows a tapeworm egg to basically make herself thinner, and at the end of the film her sister takes it out of her mouth, and oh god, yeah, but it's very well done. The trailers and that present it like the substance. There is a lot of body horror aspects to it, obviously, but it's basically a darker take on the story of Cinderella, but it's from the ugly stepsister's perspective, one of the ugly stepsisters. And I really like how it twists the story to like fit her character, and we basically see her get more and more jealous of Cinderella and try more and more like to get this prince, and the lengths she goes to is like pretty horrible. The Bruce List, this is a long ass film. It feels like a biopic, but it's not actually a biopic. It's a really well told film, and I never really felt bored during it. Adrian Brody is great, Guy Pearce is great. I don't really have much else to say. Nickel Boys, this is such a creative film. I love the cinematography of this thing, how it's from everyone's point of view, and it's just a really tragic story as well. Just a really great character study. One of Them Days, I feel like everyone just brushed over this film too quickly. Like, this is a really good comedy. Keke Palmer and SZA, two amazing leads. This is SZA's first acting role in a film. She's so good in here. This film is just so funny. It shows these people basically the lowest of the low, like struggling so much with money, and they only have like a few hours before they get kicked out of their home, so it's just them basically desperately trying to find the money for this whole runtime, and I can't understate how fun this film is. Companion, there's another really great one. It is kind of annoying that it spoils the concept literally in the poster, because it would have been a really good twist. It has a really good like sci-fi concept to it. Yeah, it's just very tense watching this woman trying to like wriggle her way out of all these situations and just escape, and she's a robot as well, so it goes in a lot of interesting directions. We Live in Time. This is a very British film. I love the non-chronological nature of this whole thing, how it's all out of order. Two great lead performances from Florence Pugh and Andrew Garfield. It's just a very beautiful film. It's really heartbreaking. Again, another one that's very heartbreaking. It's great. How I Won the UK Election. I really debated on whether to remove this from the list or not, because it is a YouTube video, but it is 80 minutes long, and it is really well done. It's really well edited. If you don't know who Nico Amalana is, he used to be like a prankster, but he's more recently done like more bigger things. He does a lot of challenge videos now, but yeah, most recently he ran in the London election, and then after that he did the UK election. He ran in the UK election, and it's just a really interesting documentary of him trying to win over the public and basically get as many votes as he can, and it culminates in him holding an L sign behind Rishi Sunak, and it's just a really engaging documentary. Nico Amalana just has so much confidence, an insane amount of confidence, and it's really inspiring at moments. I have crippling social anxiety, but this guy just makes me want to go out and start talking to people, you know? So it might not be a thing, you know, like his humour might not be a thing, but it is my type of humour, so yeah. Bring Her Back. I watched this yesterday. This is the most recent film that I watched. This film is horrible in the best way. By horrible I mean like horrible, like full of horror. I don't know. This thing is so tragic. This film is so painful in such a good way. Like, it shows a mother going to like such extreme lengths to bring her daughter back who died. The performances are great. Sally Hawkins is so good. She has this like personality at the start where it's just like she seems too happy. You can tell something's off, and once her personality starts getting stripped away and you find out like what she's really doing like behind the scenes, then it becomes like so terrifying. Blood, there's so many moments in here where I just had my jaw agape. I couldn't believe what was going on. Blood, this is such a good film. This is by the Philippines. They did Talk to Me a few years back, which I really loved as well. These films might be level for me. I think Talk to Me has a better concept, but I think this film has way more emotion, and again, the performance from Sally Hawkins in here is so good, and the performances from the two kids in here are great as well as the possessed kid as well. I don't really want to see it again because, again, there's some absolutely horrific scenes in here that I just don't want to witness with my eyes again, but it's just, it's really great. Friendship, oh my god. This is getting to a point where I'm just gonna be gushing about all these films because they're so good. This is such a good comedy. I've never like witnessed a comedy like this before. It has such a unique sense of humour. I'm not really acquainted with Tim Robinson's work before. I know Tim Robinson's work is like this, like in his shows or whatever, but it's just a very odd sense of humour in this film, but it works so well. It's really funny. It's just this guy's life basically falling apart due to getting too obsessed with Paul Rudd's character. This is one of those films that I want to see again instantly because it's so funny. Getting to the complete opposite of that, Hard Truths. This film genuinely, I'm not joking, this film genuinely made me feel depressed for days after. I just felt this like horrible feeling of just awfulness. That's why I love the film so much. The way it manages to make you feel just so horrible and so bad for this main character who suffers from depression as well, but you just feel so bad for her. There are some funny moments in here when she's shouting at random people, but you can tell she's just taking her depression out on other people by just shouting at them and getting angry. There's so many people trying to comfort her and really trying to support her, but she just keeps pushing them away, and it's just such a heartbreaking film. Great performances, very British. Nosferatu, this is a terrifying film from Robert Eggers. I really like Robert Eggers, all the stuff. The Witch is great. Lighthouse as well. I really like The Lighthouse. This is another great film as well. I haven't seen The Northman. That's the only film of his I haven't seen. I love the period setting to this thing. There's such a beautiful style to it all. The costumes and everything is great. The design of Nosferatu is just terrifying. The way it manages to like keep this like feeling of dread going throughout the film is just like very commendable. Mickey 17. I'm gonna say fun again, but it is a very fun film. Robert Pattinson is great playing all these Mickeys and like sign up for this program where he's basically experimented on for like projects in space and that, and new inventions and that. It's a really great concept. I really love Bong Joon-ho. Like Parasite, one of my favourite films like ever. This film isn't as good, but it's a really good sci-fi concept, really fun again. Number one has to be Sinners. Obviously, it's Sinners, bro. It's Sinners. I've already gushed about this film in like my YouTube shorts and that, but it's one of the best films I've seen since I don't know, since Across the Spider-Verse. Again, I don't want to say the same thing over and over again, but performances are great, cinematography is beautiful in this thing. The way the vampires are like done in this film is great. The ending's amazing. Everything's perfect, bro. That's all I have to say. I think this year was a great year for film. I think it's definitely better than last year. I think last year was lacking a little bit. Mainly, I think it's probably because of the strikes that happened in 2023, and because of that, it kind of messed up a lot of schedules for films. There's still a lot of great films to come. Fantastic Four, First Steps, Superman, Die My Love, Knives Out 3, Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, really excited about that. Weapons, looks like a really good horror film. Wicked for Good, One Battle After Another, Together, Naked Gun, new Predator film, Predator Badlands, Marty Supreme, The Running Man, Zootopia 2, Begonia, the new Yorgos Lanthimos film, Now You See Me 3, new Avatar film, Nobody 2, Mortal Kombat 2, The Bad Guys 2, Highest to Lowest, Tron Ares, Happy Gilmore 2, Eddington, Bruce Springsteen Living Me From Nowhere, the Bruce Springsteen biopic, Him, the new Jordan Peele produced film that looks really interesting, Smashing Machine, Fixed, R-rated film about dog getting his balls cut off or something, I don't know. The Long Walk. We've got two new Richard Linklater films. Good Fortune, this is the one with Keanu Reeves as an angel or whatever, I think.